The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus again, in reply, spoke to the chief priests and elders of the people in parables, saying, "The kingdom of heaven may be likened to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. He dispatched his servants to summon the invited guests to the feast, but they refused to come. A second time, he sent other servants, saying, 'Tell those invited, behold, I have prepared my banquet. My cows and fattened cattle are killed, and everything is ready. Come to the feast.' Some ignored the invitation and went away, one to his farm, another to his business. The rest laid hold of his servants, mistreated them, and killed them. The king was enraged and sent his troops, destroyed those murderers, and burned their city. Then he said to his servants, 'The feast is ready, but those who are invited were not worthy to come. Go out therefore into the main roads and invite to the feast whomever you find.' The servants went out into the streets and gathered all they found, bad and good alike, and the hall was filled with the guests." The Gospel of the Lord. We know about Saint Paul. He was a great leader of the early church. He is the author of almost half of the books of the New Testament. Saint Paul's teachings have been and are very influential in the life of the church. Today's second reading is from the letter of Saint Paul to the Philippians. In this reading, Paul shares with us a little bit of his philosophy of life. It appears he was in some form of financial distress at the time of this writing. He was apparently having difficulty to pay his bills and even to feed himself. Some people, it appears, volunteered to help him in his distress. Paul very politely refuses this help. He does not want to be a burden to anybody. He tells them that he has reached a state in his life where poverty or abundance does not really matter to him. He knows how to live in humble circumstances and to live in abundance. He is content with whatever life offers. Paul tells us that he has learned the secret of facing every circumstance in life, of being well-fed and of going hungry, of being in abundance and of being in need. What is that secret? The realization that he can do everything in God, who is the source of his strength all times. This realization enables him to rely on himself and to move on with his life. He knows he can overcome his difficulties in his own way, trusting in God. Can we learn from St. Paul's philosophy of life?